welcome back to today's maths lesson. Today is Wednesday, 1st July 2020, and today we're going to look at measuring mass in grams. Right, pause the video and please make sure you have your workbook and a pencil. Please download the worksheets from class charts or email. Write the short date at the top of the page, 1.7.20. Write the LI to measure in grams. Right, once you have finished your work, please send a photo of your work at year2@grange.harrow.sch.uk. Right, let's go through the key vocabulary. Please repeat after me. Grams, kilograms, heavy, heavier, weighs, balancing, scales, and there's different types of scales: bathroom scales, balancing scales, and weighing scales. Now you've got G here. Those are the units for grams, and kg is short. Again, it's the units for kilograms. Just like you would have for meters and centimeters, is the same for grams and kilograms. Right, pause the video here as we are going to look at a video which is part of the white rose scheme that the school follows. So you'll need to have your workbook and a pencil as you're going to be answering some questions in this video. Right, let's have a look.
Measuring mass in grams today. Teddy and his older sister are out on a bike ride. Teddy's getting tired though. He keeps saying, "Wait for me, wait for me." But his sister's just too fast. So he goes home and he has a look in the garage and he finds a child's seat that will fit on the back of his sister's bike. And he thinks, I can sit in this and then I won't have to pedal on the bike ride. On the back of the child's seat, it says maximum mass 23 kilograms. So he thinks, I better go and check and make sure I'm lighter than 23 kilograms. So he gets the bathroom scales and he steps on, hoping and wishing that he's lighter than 23 kilograms. Oh dear, Teddy. 24 kilograms. You're heavier. So he goes and finds his mum and his dad. And he says, why am I so heavy? And they say, because you're a growing boy, Teddy, and you always eat all of your vegetables. So he thinks, vegetables? They don't seem that heavy. He finds a carrot and places it on the bathroom scales. But nothing happens because bathroom scales aren't designed to weigh carrots. So he finds some other types of scales. He finds 3 more types of scales. Some that you place weights on each side to balance, and some which have a dial which goes round. This one counts up in 100 grams, all the way up to 1 kilogram. Do you have scales like that at your house or at your school? Why not get some out and weigh a carrot or another object? Teddy places his carrot on the scale and he places 55 grams on the other side. That means his carrot must have a mass of 55 grams. He then gets some bananas, a pineapple, and a lettuce. And he balances those on the scales too. If the carrot has a mass of 55 grams, what is the mass of the banana, the pineapple, and the lettuce? Pause the video here to have a go. That's right. The bananas have a mass of 60 grams. The pineapple has a mass of 1 kilogram and the lettuce has a mass of 370 grams. Teddy decides to check the weight of his carrot on another set of scales. Pause the video here and have a think, what's the same and what's different about the two images? That's right, the carrot is the same and the mass is the same, 55 grams. On one, the scale is pointing just over halfway between 0 and 100 grams, where we would expect to find 55 grams. And on the other scale, we've got a weight of 50 grams and a smaller weight of 5 grams. Here we have a toy bus and a toy dinosaur. Which is heavier? Annie thinks she knows without doing very much working out. Pause the video here so you can have a go. That's right, Annie. The bus is heavier. The dial on the scale is nearly at 100 grams. And the dinosaur doesn't weigh anywhere near 100 grams. Teddy's not so sure though, so he has a really close look at the scale and sees that it's 96 grams. And then he does 25 grams at 5 grams equals 30 grams. So he has now worked out that the bus is heavier too. Whose way do you prefer? I think I prefer Annie's. So here we have a toy train and a teddy bear. But which is heavier? Again, Annie thinks she's got a quick, easy way to do it. Pause the video here so you can have a think. Annie has noticed that the dial on the scale is about halfway between 0 and 100 grams. So she thinks the train weighs about 50 grams. She can see that the bear has two 25-gram weights, which she knows is 50, and then another 20-gram weight, which means the bear must be more than 50. So it must be more than the train. Well done, Annie, you were right. Teddy wants to do the calculations again. He looks closely, and yes, the train is 50. And then he's done 25 add 25 is 50, add another 20 grams is 70 grams. This time, Annie and Teddy have put two bowling balls on one side of the scale and two 25-gram weights on the other side of the scale. They're thinking about what is the mass of each bowling ball. Teddy says each bowling ball weighs 50 grams. Annie says each bowling ball weighs 25 grams. Pause the video here. Who do you think is correct? That's right. Annie is correct. Teddy has added the two weights together to get 50 grams, but he's forgotten that there are two toy bowling balls, not just one. The children draw a bar model to show their thinking. They draw one bar to show one bowling ball and another bar to show the other bowling ball. Above it, they draw two bars to show the two weights, and inside these bars, they write 25 grams. Now, because the top two are 25 and the bar is balanced, the bottom two must be 25 also. So our white bar is equal to our blue bar. Slightly different here. Two bowling balls, but one weight of 50 grams. Teddy says, now each bowling ball weighs 50 grams. And Annie says, no, each bowling ball weighs 25 grams. Pause the video here and have a think. We know that Teddy has made a mistake, but what is the mistake that he has made? That's right. Teddy is getting confused with the weights. He thinks that each ball is 50 grams. He's not thinking about the balanced equation. The total weight on the right-hand side is 50 grams. So we need to think what we know about 50 grams. We can make 50 grams using 25 plus 25. That's equal to 50. So each bowling ball must be 25 grams. Or we can think about the 50 grams and split it evenly into two parts, and each of those parts would be 25 grams. The bar model for this one is very similar to the bar model for the first one, except where we have 25 plus 25 showing the weight in grams, that just becomes 50. We've got one weight of 50 grams. Annie says, I'm sure each bowling ball has a mass of 25 grams, so we'll keep that up there. Ooh, they've added some pins in now. Pause the video here and have a go at calculating the mass of each pin. Drawing a bar model might help you. Teddy thinks that each bowling pin weighs 10 grams. Annie says together the bowling pins have a mass of 50 grams. Who do you think is correct? Oh, they're both correct. Let's see their working and their bar model. There's the scales showing the pins. And here's the bar model. One bar representing one of the bowling balls, which we know is 25 grams. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pins, which we don't know the mass of yet. Then on the other side of the scale, we have another bowling ball, which weighs 25 grams. And a weight, which has the mass 50 grams. So the only thing we need to do now is think, what do each of the pins weigh? The 25 grams for the bowling ball and 25 grams for the other bowling ball can be ignored for now. Shall we try 5 grams per pin? So I'm going to count up in fives 5 times. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I didn't get to 50, did I? And that's what I'm trying to do to balance the scale. I did get halfway to 50. So should we try counting in tens instead? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Yes, that works. So each pin must have a mass of 10 grams. Brilliant, Teddy. You were right. Each pin does have a mass of 10 grams. And Annie was right too. Altogether, the mass was 50 grams. Ah, now we've got some trophies. Teddy says, each trophy weighs... Pause the video here to see if you can work out how much each trophy weighs. Teddy doesn't know. He just can't work it out. Annie says, because there's one on each side, we can't calculate their weight. It's balanced, isn't it? Let's have a look at it in a bar model. There's our scale with our trophy on. 2 bowling balls, both worth 25 grams. And then a trophy, which we're not sure of the weight. On the other side, 5 bowling pins, all worth 10, and a trophy, of which we're not sure the weight. And we can see that the 2 bowling balls match the 5 pins. Together, the 5 pins have a mass of 50 grams, and together the 2 bowling balls have a mass of 50 grams. The trophies, we're still not sure. They could be worth 40 grams each, but they're not necessarily worth 40 grams. We can't calculate it, and we will never know.
Pause the video here and please make sure you have downloaded the worksheets from class charts or email. This is what the worksheet looks like. Please have a go at it. Right, at the bottom here is use a 100-gram weight to help you find 3 things in the classroom. So instead of the classroom, can you find 3 things in your house that you think feel lighter than 100 grams? Use a scale to check as well. Right. Once you have finished your work, please send a photo of your work at year2@grange.harrow.sch.uk. See you tomorrow. Bye.